Right, yeah, I want to show the Americans this. This is one of our like political social media figures. But everyone is rallying to Nick Fuentes. I wasn't going to do the Nick Fuentes, but a few people said react to Nick Fuentes. Nick went on Piers Morgan, so I'm going to start that after this. But I wanted to show the Americans this first. Yeah, definitely the country's on Nick's side. But I saw this. I saw this morning and was like, this is a crazy disrespectful to Piers Morgan. Um, well, just watch.
The funniest part of it for me was towards the
Oh,
end.
that's what it is. It was the thing of the virgin, and this video was it's better to be a virgin than a cuck. You can see what he's talking about.
An hour and a half in, where Piers Morgan is starting to grill Nick Fuentes on being inexperienced with women. Now, this is actually a weakness that Nick has. I've seen him being interviewed or debating with women in the past, and he doesn't come off great because he doesn't have a huge amount of experience with women. And Piers realizes he's got him on this. He's like, yeah, you're a virgin, you need to have sex with a woman. And it's like, okay, Piers, is the discourse really reduced to calling our opponents virgins? I mean, that's very, very playground, don't you think? But also, it's not like you can hold yourself up.
It's exactly what I said about Officer Tatum.
It's not like you can hold yourself up as the model of masculinity when the Groiper curse has struck and Nick Fuentes' fans have dug around into your personal life on the internet and brought back quite a lot of interesting stuff. And that made other people start looking into, well, hang on a second. If Piers is like, no, you need to get a woman and then you will be normal. Well, a lot of your relationship is actually very public facing, Piers. As in, you've put it in the newspapers or your wife puts it on Instagram, and doesn't exactly come across very well, actually, Piers. It makes you look, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, like a literal cuckold whose wife regularly cheats on him. That's what you appear to publicly be. Piers' wife seems to be basically brazenly contemptuous of him. Right? He reveals that when he met his wife, Celia Walden, he was bombing, giving a speech in front of 1,000 people, and everyone was jeering at him. No, who could have imagined? And the only person laughing was Celia, who was laughing at him. She was really laughing at my discomfort. So, the very first time he meets her, he is a clown to her. He is a figure of fun to her. She thinks he is fucking ridiculous. And she really just doesn't seem to give a shit whether he exists or not. Piers admitted that Celia has forgotten their anniversary every single year since they tied the knot in 2010. Speaking on Lorraine, he revealed she's forgotten it for 9 consecutive years. It's just like I'm not in her airspace at all, so I have a wife who never remembers our anniversary. That's really unusual, Piers. It really makes it look like she doesn't love you.
It's meant to be
like
the
she
other
doesn't
way
really
around.
want to be with you. Like she's not attracted to you. And you're actually a bit of a burden that she spends her time mocking. And I'm guessing it's literally that she's with you for the money. And possibly the status as well. And it just gets better from there. She admitted, no, she wasn't impressed at all with him. She joked that she wasn't too impressed with her first encounter and was unsure about even posing for a picture with him. So he came across as a loser and a simp. May 2005, seconds after we first met, I remember thinking, do I really want to have my picture taken with this guy? After he left Good Morning Britain, there was a double-page spread in The Sun that she posted on her Instagram that said literally, please hire my husband. I'm sick of having to look at him every morning. She told The Sun, being married to Piers is basically one very long eye roll. But what people don't realise about Piers is he's usually very quiet at home because he's exhausted himself. The only reason I'm sad about him leaving Good Morning Britain, and the fact that I wake up and there he is staring back at me morning after morning. Unfortunately, he's got all of his energy back now, so please someone give him a job. Like, okay, your wife seems to have no respect for you, and she seems to genuinely not really like you very much, Piers. And there are a weird number of articles that make Piers look just like an embarrassing simp, frankly. Apparently he crashed his car on their first date because he was too busy staring at her legs. And she like he gets into an argument with some guy. They followed an incredibly hostile exchange. I was quite taken aback and asked if that happens to him, and he said, "Yeah, a lot." So he's just generally hated by the general public, right? Unashamedly sycophantic. He describes Celia in the resulting GQ article as ridiculously beautiful, inspiring equal doses of admiration, lust, and fear. Celia adds, "I actually had a friend who had a crush on Piers, and I told her that she was mad." Like, that's not very encouraging from your own wife, Piers. We arranged to meet for the interview, and Piers managed to string it out over the course of 4 different meetings. He kept saying, "Yeah, there are a few things I didn't quite get," and each of these meetings ended up with us having more and more alcohol until eventually he declared his real motivations and says, "The thing is, you tick every single one of my boxes." And I said, "Well, that's weird because you don't tick any of mine." And now
Except
look at
one.
me, cue a resigned sigh. I reckon that she was like, this unattractive beta. He's insufferable. I'm not attracted to him at all. In fact, I think he's a clown. However, he is fabulously wealthy, isn't he? He does have 3 mansions. So, maybe I can just accept his gifts. And she says, "I wasn't caving at all, so Piers started aggressively pursuing me in the most bizarre way possible." Like, okay. Like, what an absolutely desperate simp Piers Morgan is. And of course, "I wear the trousers," she says. She is, of course, the man of the house. She is the one who calls the shots because she is the one who is reluctantly consenting to the marriage. And he is the one who is desperate for her to like him. And really, I think it's his money that has leveraged her into this place. And so, embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll link this video if you want to go and watch the rest of it. But I mean, that's damning enough. I watched this. I was like, God damn, this is brutal. And everything he kept saying of what quoting her, it sounds creepy, desperate. An idiot, uh, a simp, everything you can think of. The Piers Morgan is that. Like it was just like, wow. And basically, he just seemed like his way of doing it was one buying gifts, which is fair, but also he was making me drunker and drunker every time we met. That's weird. I mean, not to put allegations on there, but that's like on the legal side of date rape or life rape. It ended up for that poor woman being stuck with. Could you imagine being Piers Morgan's wife as well? Probably the most hated man. I'm gonna watch him on Interview Nick now, but I started watching it and he just annoyed me instantly. But yeah, I'll link this video if you want to go and watch the rest. But that was 6 minutes of just destruction, to be honest. But yeah, on to the actual interview. Sweet.